Ever feel like smartphone batteries just aren't getting any better no matter how expensive the phone is? Well, if you've been waiting for Samsung to finally fix that with the Galaxy S26 Ultra, we've got some news, and it's not great. Let's rewind a bit. When we think about premium smartphones, we expect top performance, amazing cameras, and long battery life. But Samsung seems to be stuck in one place, especially when it comes to battery power. According to a trusted source, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to come with the same 5,000 mAh battery we've seen in past Ultra models. Yep. No big upgrade. In fact, even if there is an increase, it's said to stay under 5,400 mAh. Samsung hasn't really made major changes in this area for years. Part of the reason might be their cautious approach after the Galaxy Note 7 issues, where battery problems caused serious damage to the brand's image. Since then, they've been playing it safe, but maybe a little too safe. While Samsung takes baby steps, other phone makers, and especially Xiaomi and Oppo, are charging ahead. Some of their phones already have 7,000 mAh batteries, and they're using newer, denser battery tech that allows for bigger capacity without making the phone thick or heavy. Samsung, on the other hand, is not only sticking to smaller batteries, they're also keeping the same old charging speeds. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to offer 45-watt wired charging. That might have been okay a few years ago, but now we're seeing phones that support up to 120 watts. That's nearly 3 times faster. It's not just about tech limitations. A big reason is market competition. Brands like Xiaomi and Vivo aren't as big in the United States, where Samsung, Apple, and Google are more dominant. So there's less pressure for them to make quick changes. Even Apple is focusing more on software than battery size. Instead of giving you a bigger battery, they're working on something called Apple Intelligence, which is supposed to help save power through smart system tweaks. But let's be honest, we all know a bigger battery would be the better solution. The situation is even worse for other Samsung models. The Galaxy S25 Edge reportedly comes with just 3,900 mAh, and the upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 7 is said to have a 4,400 mAh battery. For foldables and large displays, that's just not enough. So here we are again, another Ultra phone, another year, and the same battery complaints. While the hardware in Samsung phones keeps improving in other areas, battery life and charging speed just don't seem to be a priority. And that's disappointing, especially when people are paying premium prices. If Samsung wants to stay ahead, it might be time to stop playing it safe and start offering what users actually want. A phone that lasts longer and charges faster. What do you think? Are you okay with the same battery again in the Galaxy S26 Ultra, or is this finally the deal breaker? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe for more tech updates. Explain the easy way. Thanks for watching. Could Samsung be planning to surprise everyone by launching a cheaper foldable phone alongside its premium model this July? A recent leak has added fuel to the speculation that the Galaxy Z Flip FE, Samsung's more budget-friendly foldable, might be unveiled at the same time as the Galaxy Z Flip 7. If this rumor turns out to be accurate, the upcoming Unpacked event could end up being far more exciting than anyone expected. Until now, the general belief was that Samsung would delay the launch of a fan edition for its foldables, just like it usually does with the Galaxy S series. Typically, fan edition models come out months after the main release to avoid hurting sales of the premium versions. That strategy has worked in the past, helping Samsung cater to both high-end and more cost-conscious customers without overlap. But things might be changing. Tech tipster Max Jambor recently shared that Samsung is producing the Z Flip FE alongside the Z Flip 7 and Z Fold 7. This is a strong hint that the more affordable foldable may launch at the same time as its more expensive siblings. If these models are being built together, it's very likely that they're being prepared for a joint release. Another sign pointing to an earlier launch is that demo units of these foldables have already entered production. This step usually means that Samsung is getting ready to stock retail stores shortly after the launch. So, if this leak holds true, we might actually see the Z Flip FE in stores as early as July, something that wasn't expected until later this year. As of now, Samsung hasn't officially confirmed any of this. The rumored Unpacked event in early July is still unannounced, but leaks have been piling up. And with the launch date potentially so close, more solid details should be coming very soon. What we've heard about the Z Flip FE suggests it will be a slightly toned-down version of the Galaxy Z Flip 6. The name might still be up in the air, whether it ends up being called Z Flip FE, Z Flip 7 FE, or something completely different, but the idea remains the same. It's expected to offer the same clamshell folding experience, just with fewer high-end features to bring the price down. The exact pricing is still unknown, but it's reasonable to expect that the FE version will cost at least a couple $100 less than the Z Flip 7. That would make it one of the cheapest foldable phones available, especially when compared to offerings from other brands. In terms of competition, Samsung doesn't have many rivals in this category. The only real alternative is the more affordable version of the Motorola Razr, which also targets buyers who want a foldable phone without breaking the bank. But aside from that, Samsung might have the lower-priced foldable market all to itself, if this device launches soon. Despite being a budget-friendly model, the Z Flip FE is still expected to have a solid processor. Samsung usually equips its Fan Edition phones with relatively recent chipsets, so it's likely that performance will still be smooth enough for everyday tasks, apps, and even some gaming. That means the phone could offer a strong mix of price and performance, especially for those curious about foldables but hesitant to spend a lot. If Samsung really does release the Z Flip FE in July, it would show a big shift in how the company views foldable phones. Instead of limiting them to premium buyers, Samsung seems ready to open up the foldable experience to a wider audience. So, would you consider buying a foldable phone if it were more affordable, but still offered good performance and design? Let us know what you think in the comments. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more updates, leaks, and tech news.
Imagine waking up one day to find that Apple has quietly ditched Qualcomm, the company behind the 5G modem in almost every iPhone for the past 5 years. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it is happening, and Apple's new C1 5G modem chip is about to change everything. But here's the catch. It is not all sunshine and rainbows. In fact, some users might feel left behind. The iPhone 16 is officially the first iPhone to feature Apple's in-house C1 5G modem chip. This is not just a new component. It is Apple's boldest move to break free from Qualcomm's grip. Why does this matter? Because Apple is not just making phones anymore. It is building an ecosystem where every single chip, from the processor to the modem, is under its control. But here is where things get interesting. The C1 does not support wave signals. Yes, you heard that right. The super-fast, futuristic 5G signal everyone was hyping up? Gone. Or at least for now. But before you panic, here is the truth. Most users rarely encounter wave in the real world. It is like having a Ferrari, but only being allowed to drive it in a few select neighborhoods. So, does it really matter? Let's break it down.